Ta-da!
CHH producer, Rapzilla Critique Friday host OnBeatMusic joins us to share gems for the Christian creative. Lecrae and Wande continue to break down walls and pave the way for CHH. Kanye West music catalog is still making an impact since 2010.
Ooh.
Netflix looking to build the world's largest studio in Mexico. And AI bots are now making rap albums.
Get out of town.
Yeah. Buckle up. Here we go.
Battle to the death, fighting till I take my last breath, till there's nothing left, till this flesh, till this past tense. Got up on the fence, henceforth this and that. I was lost, now a friend, now a force with the pen for the Lord.
Yo, what up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the show. Marrio Esco live. I am your host, Marrio Esco, and alongside me is my co-host, good friend, Gil Vargas. What's good, bro?
What up, bro?
Let's get the... What? What was that?
Bruh, the end.
Oh, okay, my bad. All right. Let me put these claps up. All right. Sorry, I just missed that one part. Shout out to our listeners. GH3 Radio, 520 Radio, God's Music Radio, SCM Radio, Redeem Project Radio. What up, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Periscope, the Unashamed Network audience, Godify podcasters. Here's your favorite product, Gil.
Here it comes.
How's it go?
Here it comes.
Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Poppy. What up?
Yep.
What's going on, everybody?
I think we're going to end that with pickled peppers.
Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube. Hit that bell. You know what they say.
Yeah. Or some say jitter.
Check out d2lproductions.com. Check out our merch. Check out our blogs. Check out our subscribe to our email. You know, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Hit up our hotline, 774-243-0385. Hit us up. Leave a message. Leave a, I don't know, whatever.
Whatever.
Encouragement. You want to joke around. You want to, you want to get at Gil for something because his beard is too sharp or something. I don't know. You can
too sharp. It doesn't exist.
True. That
could never be too sharp.
I tried. I failed. Check out Me Live Picks on Spotify.
That's a great thing.
It's updated. I updated it.
Did you? Why are we excited?
How'd the claps get louder all of a sudden? How did those claps get louder?
Why
I have no volume control for that.
Yeah, you do. It's over there. Remember,
yeah, but all of a sudden they went louder as soon as I said I updated it.
Oh.
You got controls over there I don't know about, bro?
Nope.
Check out Me Live Picks. Podcasters, leave a review. Share the show. Recap last episode 123, CHH Cyborg. We had...
Wow. Every time.
We had Christ-centric artist Strat, co-host of Cross Examine, not Examination.
Why are you like so
he came
rough
through
with the end in there?
Because I totally butchered that whole thing last week. I was like messing up his name, messing up his podcast, messing up his links. Somehow they link back to our website.
Hold on. Let's pause this again.
Yeah.
You still said it wrong just now.
Did I? No, Cross-Examine.
It's examination.
No, it's not. It's cross-examine.
It's cross-examination.
I got it right. We had Strat come through. He talked about his endeavors as a recording artist, painter, businessman. We talked a little bit about the touring artist during COVID-19, a lesson from the Mandalorian series. I don't know. Did we really teach a lesson from that?
I have no idea.
Why do I write these things? I look at the iPhone 12 and we featured music, Strat, Mask Off, and Zahil David's song. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into our show today.
Yes, sir.
Any of that interests you, go check out the last episode, 123. But today we got a very special guest in the building. I'm super excited about this special guest, hip hop producer. Let me put the hand claps louder. DJ, drummer, in-house producer for Reflection Music Group, founded by Derek Minor, Doc Watson, for those that don't know. San Antonio native, currently residing in Canada. It's your grandma's favorite producer,
Your grandma?
or how we like to say, tu abuela's favorite producer, ladies and gentlemen, OnBeatMusic is in the building.
Para mis abuelas.
What's up, brother, man? What's going on, bro? It's an honor to have you on with us, man.
For real.
Nah, it's great to be here, man. I appreciate y'all inviting me and getting on here. I was wondering when y'all gonna hit me up.
Oh, for real?
Oh, that's what's up.
I mean, that's the thing.
You see the kid come out of me right there? I was like, oh, for real? Like, that's a stamp of approval over here, brother.
We don't have a lot of outlets in Christian hip hop that do like interviews, live interviews, and stuff like
man,
that.
That's good to know.
When we do, I'm like, hey, man, when's Track Stars hitting me up? When's such and such hitting me up?
Man, that's what's up, bro.
I keep my ear to the crowd and see who's doing what. So I've been seeing you've been doing that, your interviews and stuff, and I really enjoyed it. So I've seen a few of them.
So. Man, I appreciate that, man. I'm real humbled by that. We know that you've been putting work in for the genre for a minute now, man, and we even respect, your hustle and your commitment to Christian hip hop. You've been known as Producer of the Year by Rapzilla. You worked with Derek Minor, Dylan Chase, Bizzle, SO, Sell of the Corner. List goes on. And ever since we started the show, we really tuned our ear to CHH. And I remember witnessing the birth and growth of Critique Fridays. And we became more familiar with your personality, yourself as a producer, the work you've been putting in. It's been a real major blessing for us over here, man. And it's something that we've been praying for a long time, especially in regards to the growth of CHH.
Yeah.
But we also noticed, like we were talking earlier, man, and I don't want to go into like a negative direction, but it's just something that I think is important to talk about because we
we should talk about everything.
Yeah, because we desire unity as well.
Right.
We noticed that there was a little bit of pushback and at times like lack of respect from the same community that you serve. I just want to know, man, like when you came into doing Critique Fridays and being more involved with the genre, was that something that you expected from the same community that you're trying to build up and expose to the world?
Not at all. I mean, even just when I came into Christianity, like Christian hip hop in general, I didn't expect that. I remember having a conversation with Fanatic about this because we met at a Flavor Fest back when Flavor Fest was really popping. And I talked to Fanatic and I was like, it was really my intro into Christian hip hop, and I saw some things that I just didn't even like. But then me getting into it and more like the more and more the brand grew of OnBeatMusic, like the more it grew, the more I started seeing like little things, even just from like churches that I went to, you know what I mean? It was just like little, like from the congregation, I was getting flack from certain people. And I was just like, for working with like this artist, like really, like he's not even like saying anything bad. Wow. I was just like, wow, this is crazy. So that was like my first taste of getting flack, any type of flack in Christian hip hop. And then when I did Critique Fridays, my whole motive and my whole thing that I wanted to do for Critique Fridays was to impact, like help the culture in getting better in their craft.
Facts.
I was tired of the cheesy, corny stuff that I heard. And I was like, not to say everybody was like that. It was just like, we just had a lot that were there that were like, okay, you need better mixing. It's 2017 right now, and you need better engineering. Like, let's put each other on to get you better mixing.
I love that you say that,
better beats.
Especially being someone of your caliber, because I feel like especially right now, truth is being attacked so much that you don't even feel like it should even be shared.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like you can't tell somebody what you truly think. You kind of have to beat around the bush because then it's offensive, or you're saying it because they're this race or that race, or you know what I mean? Like everything is taken like blown out of proportion to the fact, and they forget that secular, they're that dope because they're brutally honest to each other.
I said this the other day on the show.
Just because it just happened.
Yeah, they're on the chopping block all the time.
Yeah.
They're ready to cancel you, kick you out, step all over you.
Producers,
they'll forget about you
and
tomorrow.
Directors, like you hand a director,
real talk.
You hand a director a trash script, he's gonna tell you it's trash. He's gonna, if you even get the opportunity to get it into somebody's hands and it's trash, he's gonna be like, "This is garbage."
Yeah.
And that's only gonna, it's either gonna make you or it's gonna break you. But I feel like now in this climate, you can't tell a Christian producer or a Christian rapper or whatever, like, yo, your bars are not up good. You know, like you need to get better in your craft before you decide to put your stuff out there, because you're gonna be crushed. Like, you know, I'm just telling you from professional opinion, or beats, or, you know what I mean? So I feel you. Like I think,
it's not even, and not only that, and that's the thing. Like there's like a lot of Christian hip hop artists that I've seen too, that I'm like, yo, this dude is really, like this guy might have potential, but he needs to work on this. And because of the fact that he won't listen, or she won't listen to like the critique from people, or the people actually telling her or him, you know, that artist, what's like what they need to be doing. If they don't want to be listening, they're never going to grow, bro. They're never going to get opportunity. They're going to plateau, and they're going to stay there. They're going to be, and I make a joke about this, but it's the truth. They're going to be that. And y'all know who I'm talking about, just not personally, but y'all know those artists that when you go to the Christian hip hop shows, and they're the openers, and they have the, you know, dated beats, and it's like, oh, they probably got on the show because they go here, or they're the ones that book the artist, or they're the, you know, like, hey, the youth director's like, hey, this dude can rap, like, hey, let's get brother so and so to come in, you know, and
it's like, dang, it's like, dang, really?
And somehow the speakers are always messed up.
I gotta get up there, like,
and it always makes it worse. They get up there and like, yo, and it's like, and you're like, dang.
And then everybody, and then when that person's performing, all you see is the crowd doing this.
Everybody
texting, like social media, you know what I'm saying? They're just there.
Selfies.
Hey man, yeah, like they're communing with, and then when the main artist comes out there, everybody's
somebody
like,
doing a selfie.
That's when everyone goes crazy. Everybody's there.
If I see people doing a selfie while I'm singing, or I don't know what I'll do. Somebody was taking a selfie.
It's a humbling feeling.
I would love to see a skit of that.
That's when you realize, like, oh crap, man, I need some new material.
Yeah.
But that's what Critique Fridays. Yeah. That's what Critique Fridays was. It was like, we want you to come through here before you get on stage, and you're like putting this record out that has a detuned 808. Or no engineering whatsoever.
So was Critique Fridays your idea? Is this something you came up with?
Yeah, I did. I was doing it before like Critique Fridays was a thing.
Okay.
I was doing it on my own, like on my page, just doing it for fun. I even had like some Grammy award winning like engineers on there.
Wow.
I had Dylan Chase on there already before that. I had just random artists that you know would just come through to my house that already were like doing like we were doing studio sessions. They would come through, and I'm like, hey man, I'm gonna go live and just, you know, listen to people's music.
Shoot, man, that sounds actually dope too, bro. Are you still doing that?
Yeah.
So now
with what?
Are you still doing that too, or not? Because that sounds
like
dope.
Getting artists to come on too.
Through, like, just recording.
Yeah. I've had Dylan Chase through here. Drew Bex comes through because he lives down.
I gotta catch that, bro.
Yeah, right. And now we actually give out a prize where we actually get like somebody, like we had Marty from Social Club. Whoever won the Critique Fridays, he ended up critiquing their song too, and he'll listen to it. Or we had Cannon do it the other week. We had DJ Michael do it another week. Like it was just different people that we did. Like on top of already me doing it, it was like I would get like a buddy, hey, come through. Like, and that was a lot of Chad's idea to do that. Yeah. But I had, you know, typically I already had people come through and do it. Did
you ever like expect yourself doing a show like when you started? No. Never, right?
No, I was just doing it for fun.
Yeah. Now you're a familiar host, bro. People are getting to know you as a host before they know you as a producer. They're like, hold on, he makes beats too? Okay.
That's fine.
That's a funny story because that's just like, I was at an Andy Mineo show. What was like Andy Mineo, Lecrae, No Big Deal, What Up RG, they did a show in San Antonio. It was before I moved to Canada. So I was out there And I had already been doing Critique Fridays, and people literally, like, people were coming up to me at the show and they're like,
critique
Rapzilla,
me.
you're
Critique
Rapzilla.
me right now.
No, they were saying,
I'm gonna spit.
oh, you Rapzilla? Are you Rapzilla?
People
No, it was funny. I was laughing because I was like, y'all are calling me Rapzilla. Like, they thought I owned Rapzilla.
Yeah,
that was
you the guy.
funny.
You're the face, man.
And then, but I was like, I don't own Rapzilla. It's you know,
got
it's
artists trying to sign you.
Partner with them.
You got artists trying to get signed or something. Like,
No, if you should have had albums, man. You like beat albums. You
Yo.
could have been like, yo, buy this right here. This is exclusive.
I know.
It's exclusive right now. And they'll be like, oh my goodness, I got an exclusive from
Rapzilla.
Rapzilla himself. I got an exclusive. I
That's
never
a
said that.
artist
You
tip.
said that. You said that. All I was saying is you should buy this.
Yo, that's funny. It's amazing how God leads us on our journey, man, with so many unexpected turns, man.
Yo,
But God leads, we follow, man. That's dope. I think it's also
We never
dope.
expected to have a show either. Just
Yo, real talk.
this is the same thing.
Real talk.
This all started just us wanting to just
Actually,
talk about grievances.
funny story. We didn't start this because of Rapzilla. I was gonna say,
No, it was actually part of it.
I was gonna say, yo, we started this because of
It wasn't
Rapzilla.
I wouldn't say cuz of Rapzilla.
Let's get
I
up
was
now.
saying it was part of the reason. It was
The
part
salty
of it.
rappers ready to go to war. We still rap.
It was
yes,
funny.
we
I'm not gonna,
can.
that's funny. I'm not gonna lie. We had some pitchforks sharpened up.
Let's get
I'm
them.
saying,
No,
toys.
No. I did too. Like,
until they gave the
Hey.
check.
no, it ain't.
He said,
They
That's
came through with the
hilarious.
check.
That's
This guy
hilarious.
was like,
hey, wait a minute.
merch?
no.
With
Hey,
me flying on
I'll
it?
be real.
Yeah.
I'll be real, and I've said this in front of Chad. I've said this in front of Steven and Justin. I just didn't. I don't know what it was. I just didn't like them, and then I like met them, and I
you
spent
had it
like a
all
whole
wrong.
week with them.
Yeah.
And like it was like, man, like it turns out like Chad's
He's
not
chill.
a douchebag. He's
Yeah,
just
he's a
really
chill dude.
He's a chill dude.
Yeah.
But he knows business and he doesn't.
Yeah.
He's not. It's like him. I respect him. I respect Doc Watson a lot from RNG, like co-owner.
Salute to Doc.
And the reason why is because they tell it how it is. It's like they're not with all they're like in the music business, you're gonna have to have somebody play that bad guy at times.
Yeah,
and it's not but it's not a bad guy. It's the fact that he's getting work done. They're getting work done. They're getting stuff done. There's a lot of people like that. Aaron Knight is another one that's like that. That you know, people might look at as like, oh man, they're pretty blunt, but they're pretty like they come off as really harsh.
Yeah.
But it's like, no, they're blunt and they're honest, and they don't have time because these are like these are
they're
people
really
that
doing
really
the
work.
thing.
These are people
They're putting in
that
work.
Christian hip hop needs, because if it wasn't for them, Christian hip hop wouldn't be where it's at.
Wow.
You know, a lot of these artists wouldn't be where it's at. Like people don't
Respect
like Ben
where it's
Washer
due.
from Reach Records. They don't like Ben Washer from Reach Records, but Ben Washer is the reason why Reach Records is where Reach Records is, and it's because of business. You're gonna have those dudes that are taking care of business and they're really cutthroat,
Right?
And it's all for the progress of what we're doing, man. And people are not going to see that and like that because they don't understand business. That's the reason why they don't like it.
Well, it's pretty dope because it's not just like, you know, you're known for your hustle and grind within CHH, but you also got recognition from the music industry itself. Like you got acknowledged by some of the most prominent individuals in hip hop. You were ranked number 5 on up and coming producers in US by Remy Martin's producer series back in 2018. You got Redman. Matter of fact, let me just play this real quick.
Hey,
I'm playing something right now.
Drew Bex, what's good, Drew Bex?
Listen to this.
I know
This is
what
Mario's
you're
humble
playing.
bragging for you. That's what he's doing.
I already know what you're going to play.
I'm playing it.
Redman
I'm playing it right now. That's OnBeat music right there for those that aren't aware.
Shout out Drew Beck.
Yeah, facts.
Dude, that beat's hard though.
Super dope, bro. Super dope.
Thank you, man.
That
Funny thing is
hard.
that beat was for Esco.
Oh,
that
wow.
beat was
Get out of here.
That's crazy.
Man.
That beat was originally for Esco.
Wow.
And then Esco was like, man, this is so hard. It was supposed to be for Augustine's Legacy.
Wow. And he passed it up, or he was just too late to the party?
He was just like, man, I can't come up with something for this. I can't come up with an idea. And I was just like, wow.
You're spilling the beans.
That's like the first time.
Hey, man.
You're sharing
that was the
every
first
night.
time.
Ain't for everybody, man.
Basically, you
That was
said
the first
Esco
time.
couldn't hold it down.
Not even. And so me and him are working right now. We just knocked out like 5 beats right now. Which is crazy.
Fire. That's what's up.
Yeah,
man. Let me clap for that.
me like I did that for
come out with a
Esco.
remix to that beat.
That'd be dope. But go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
I did it for him, and he was like, man, and he sat on it for a few months, or a month at least, and I was like, I had just got married already, and he was just like, go ahead and take it, bro. Like, go ahead and sell that mug. And I was like, all right. And then at that same time, I was at a camp. Shout out Young Life. I was at a camp. I was leading music out there in North Carolina with my wife, and they like the camp. Shout out to the camp too, because they let me like set up a whole studio, and I was doing Critique Fridays there at the camp.
That's crazy.
And then Drew Beckstead hit me up that same week that Esco was like, nah, you can go ahead and sell it. And he was like, yo, Raptors about to win this championship, and I want to do an anthem. And I'm like, I got the right beat. I was like, I got it. And then I was like, me and him both wrote the hook. Like we both came up with the hook, and I write hooks too. So
that's dope.
So like,
yeah.
I helped him write that hook, and then he just like set it up, and boom. I even helped him write some of the song. We went back and forth on a few versions of that record. I was like, change this right here. It's very like you can come up with something better,
Yeah, you just spilling all the beans on these artists. I wrote his bars. I told him his dude can't spit.
That differentiates a beat maker from a producer. It really does. That's why I try to tell artists, like I learned that from like hearing Dr. Dre talk about that. It's like, okay, you made the beat, now go produce the record.
Wow.
So it's like, okay,
100%.
Yeah.
It's two different hats. Yeah. A lot of people don't separate the two.
And who better to basically conduct the beat than the producer? The producer knows exactly where the pockets are. Yeah, he knows exactly what's going to elevate the song.
We're going to do this on the hook. We're going to.
I personally have not yet had the opportunity to work with a producer that close.
The producer's pretty much the painter. That's crazy. You know what I mean?
That must be a dope experience. To work directly with the producer in the studio, like, all right, you're gonna record it like this, bruh. That's crazy. I haven't had that yet.
Yeah, they got.
I do that. I actually offer that with my custom tracks right now. So if I put like with my tracks, what I do is I put out I kind of turn it. If y'all know anything about Supreme, like the way they drop.
Yep.
So Supreme drops, and they drop every Thursday. At 10 a.m. in New York time, and then when they drop, it's like they don't restock. It drops, they sell out. That's it. That's it from that drop. They don't restock ever. That's why they've made it so like exclusive, valuable. It's exclusive and valuable. That's just similar to what I do. When I drop beats, I drop them for like that week, and that's it, and they're gone. If you don't get it, you don't get it. I might put it up on a sale later, but that's it. But once I started doing that, and it was all about branding and how you sell something, like, and it goes like that with being an artist in general. It's like, I tell artists this on Critique Fridays. I'm like, all right, you made your record. You got to sell it to me, man. You got to sell it to me on your record. That means you got to sell me your delivery. You got to sell me your hook. You got to make me want to replay that and have something like, oh man, this is such a valuable record. I got to replay this. I got to add it to my playlist. It's the same thing with production. It's like, how do you sell your beats? Like, are you just being like, okay, here's a beat, da da da? No, you got to show me, like, man, like there's no other beat like this. Like this is an official OnBeat music beat. You're never gonna catch another beat like this. Right. That's why my tag is so like
that's the way super smart because that's actually a business technique that a lot of big companies do. They adapt to other systems. You know what I'm saying? Like the conveyor belt was actually something that they borrowed from a completely different business. And they were able to take that technology and apply it to their business. Right. You know what I mean? And create this now moving machine that just creates more and more money. So that's crazy dope that you were able to find a way to take something that
almost
Supreme
like build a sense of urgency. Like, get it now. It's exclusive.
A strategy that Supreme did with clothing.
Yeah, I would apply that to your beat. I would hate
that. Fire.
If I like came across your beat and I was like, yo, like that, put that in the library, and then it disappears on me. And I'm like, yo, I just wrote a whole first, second verse to that thing. It's gone.
Because you slept
how
on
many
it.
people I've like, bro, like some dude would hit me up and be like, yo, bro, I'm gonna buy this beat tomorrow. And I'm like, all right. Like I was just all right, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. Like, boom, tomorrow comes, bro, the beat's sold. Bro, I said all right, like it's up to you.
Wow,
like,
man.
And like
you didn't even put something on it. Did you put something on it?
Yeah.
You didn't even put nothing on it.
It's like, that's how I tell him, like, you can send me, you can give me a down payment right now.
Hey,
I'm not even kidding. I usually say that. I'm like, hey, put a down payment. Boom, it's yours. And, like, I'll hold that much for you until you finish paying. But
it's funny because if the shoes on the other foot, they would have did the same thing. If they had something of value, selling it, and you were like, "Yo, I'm interested."
Every time you're talking, don't do nothing. Every time you're talking, I know automatically you're associating this with the barbershop and free haircuts. I know where you're going. Like,
it's coming from
know where it's coming
that just
from.
happens to be my experience. Leave my experience alone, right? That's my experience. That's but it's true, man. You people just expect. That's crazy. In all different types of ways.
Facts.
But that's what it is with business. And I tell people, like, and I was never like this. But the funny thing is, like,
was this your transition from like a hobby to full time? Is that where you, like, where in your mind are you bringing this back to? Are you bringing it to that moment where you were like, all right, now this is business. Like, this ain't for fun no more. This is.
Well, it was in 2014 is kind of when I was like, okay, this is real. It was like, at first it was like, I really love doing music in general. I want to, do this. And then when I started getting more and more into it, I started seeing there's a business side. There's a business side that I need to learn. And there's something that, and I'm not even fully there with learning it. It was just like,
fire.
There's something there that I could make this into like my full-time job. And whenever I started, seeing, like, it went from, I was working pretty much 4 jobs. One of them was beat making, but I was working, like, I was a teacher or a drumline teacher for one high school, another drumline teacher for another high school. Oh, actually, no, I was working 4 jobs. I worked at a Christian bookstore.
Wow.
And I was working at a truck stop called Pilot. So I was doing all 4 of those and making beats at the same time. And then it turned into, finally, like, I was done with some of my season with the drum lines, and then it turned into like the bookstore and the truck stop, and then making beats. Then I got rid of the bookstore job, and it was like truck stop making beats. Then I made what I made in 2 weeks at the truck stop and at the bookstore with selling 1 beat. I was like,
oh, wow.
Good. When I sold 1 beat for like what I make in 2 weeks at the truck stop and in the bookstore,
you were like,
I was
it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer.
Like, why would I? I can do this for a living. I have. There's some value to it.
How was that? Because you're a married man, correct?
Yeah. Now I am.
Are you family man?
At the time, yep. I have 4 stepkids.
Okay, so how did you make that? What was that transition like? Like, for your family, for like your church life?
Well,
like, how was that?
I mean, I was single at the time. I was single at the time when I did that, and it was scary. Just even as you're single, because I'm like, am I gonna be able to make make money to like? And then I started learning about quotas, and then like, I kind of tied it in because I used to be like a salesman. I used to work at this place, like in appliance stores. I used to, one of the worst jobs that I had probably was selling funeral plots. Wow. So I would door knock and sell funeral plots, and I'd sold car insurance. I did like, I realized like, man, I can sell. When I was doing the appliance store, I had I led the store in like sales 1 month for $100,000. So I was like, I know I can sell. I know I can do this. I know I can. It's just being creative. It's just marketing. It's just branding yourself. It's just meeting people, networking, doing that type of thing. So when I started doing that, it kind of just became organic for me. I was like, okay, I'm networking here. I'm meeting so-and-so. I need to make a marketable type. I need to make something that's iconic as far as a tag, so that everybody knows who made that beat. So it was like it was just kind of, it all kind of came together, man, on its own as I went along. I didn't have a lot of
due diligence with prayer, I'm sure, and like.
Oh yeah, I had my crew back in San Antonio, man. We used to go by Renewed Minds, and it was just like, a bunch of brothers that actually discipled me. I didn't even like when I started in I really started in 2011, like just kind of making beats, but I got saved in 2010. And I took a whole year off of doing music because I wanted to study like about Christ. I wanted to make sure that, my heart was really grounded and rooted in the gospel and in Christ and making sure that I knew that I was going to be making music and who I wanted to know about the one that I'm making music for.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
So it was like, it took a lot of discipleship. It took a lot of that. It took a lot of falls. It took a lot of, God just, just a lot of repentance, a lot of everything, man. A lot of even just messing up and then, finding discernment in it and finding wisdom and all those things. So it took a lot of that. I had a lot of, different brothers, older brothers like that were, anytime, even when I went on tour, when I got invited to go on tour with Derek Minor, I was like, they hit me up. They're like, yo, we want you to go on tour with us. I was like, yeah, I would love to, And I'm thinking it's going to be like a month from now. He's like, all right, we leave like in 3 days. I was like, what the heck? Hold on. I was like, hold on. Let me call my pastor.
That's the tour life, man.
And that's the first thing I did. I was like, I'm going to call my pastor and I'm going to see if he sees any sin in my life or anything that would withhold me to go out there. Because if I'm wilding out, then and I don't even know, I want somebody to tell me, and that way I can I don't go out there and I'm just wilding out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So my pastor, I asked him do you see any sin in my life? I asked Dylan Chase the same thing because Dylan's my best friend, and he was like, no, bro, go do your thing, go serve the Lord out there. And they gave me the okay. I called the tour manager back, and I was like, I'm good to go. They said it was okay. I'm good.
That's so dope.
I always took precautions and certain things in certain ways. Not to say that I got it all right all the time, but I was trying to be cautious and make sure that my heart was in the right place.
Let me ask you, because I don't want to have you go without me asking this question. Now, regarding when you were talking about, you mentioned also Derek Minor, when you finally started getting to that level, he was like, yo, we got here because of networking, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
This is the reason why. So now for upcoming artists, the independent artists, what would you say to them that they should prioritize, in order to basically speed up the process that you've seen in your journey? Would you say it is the networking, or is there something that they should do before that?
I would say collaboration is because so right now is really hard. We're living in a COVID era.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So it's not the same as oh man, Legacy Conference is coming up in July. We're gonna network there. Flavor Fest is coming up in October. We're gonna network there. A3C is coming up in October. We're gonna network there. South by Southwest is coming up in March. We're gonna network there. It's not like that no more. It's like right now for this year, there's a lot of new artists coming up, and I've heard them through Critique Fridays, and I'm like, man, how I was even trying to figure out how do you
network
network in that sense.
Have a big Zoom conference. What do we do, man?
Honestly, these things like what I do with Critique Fridays, what Ruslan does with his Fan Love Friday, even just even people that you look up to, artists that you look up to. A lot of them are looking to do features right now because they're not touring. If you have to put up a little bag to cop a Canon verse, a Derek hook, or whatever it might be, those things will get you looks. And even from them, because I know a lot of them are going to listen to your track. They have to listen to your track in order to do that.
That's a good point.
So if you can do that, and if you're good, you gotta make sure that you go to the shows like what I do and what Ruslan does.
Yeah.
And man, I don't know. forgive me if anybody else is doing the same type of thing, but if there's other outlets that you guys know, other people know of, like, okay, this is another outlet that I can go to. This is another outlet. That's you have time right now to do artist development. Artist development is like a really big thing that people lack on today, man. And it's like they want to just be this because they got TikTok in their hand. They're seeing all these people go viral the next day. It's like they think they can do it too, but reality is they need to
build,
iron out and build with others, build within the community, see who's there, even if it's like somebody that you might think that is not already all the way there, but like, they're talented, start working with them, because you never know if and that's one thing that I tell people is like somebody asked me one time in the interview, they're all like, Obi, who do you want to work with that you haven't worked with yet, like Andy Mineo or so and so, like that. And I'm like, honestly, man, I wanted to always do that, but now I want to help make those Lecraes. I want to help make those Andy Minions. I want to help make the NF. I want to help make the next so and so, and that's the goal that we should, like, artists should be having too. Like, yeah, instead of being like instead of just focusing so much on being viral, man, make the music that you love to do. Connect with the people. The social media, like, they're at the palm of your hand now, and you, it's just a DM away or an email away. If I got to save up some money and not buy the sneakers that I buy, 'cause I'll be seeing people buying sneakers like $200, $300 sneakers.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
would you recommend Critique Fridays for the independent up and coming? Are there people who get put on the Critique Fridays? Like, are they? Bro,
I've gotten people record deals. I've gotten people into Reach Records, like their studio.
How does the artist get their song on Critique Fridays?
All they got to do is just submit to the email. We put out a video Rapzilla puts out a video every Thursday that tells you where to submit. And that email goes right back to you, and it tells you how much it costs to get on the show. So I don't ever piggyback, or I don't ever beat around the bush. It costs money. It's going to cost money to promote yourself. That's what this is. It's to help promote you. It's to help you being told, like, professional criticism. I charge, and it's because it's the time that God had given me to help you guys. But I charge for that, and
facts, because
I know I'm worth it.
Hey, don't be ashamed of that, brother. You put in the work, man. We praying over here. We should take notes from you. We also trying to figure this out too along the way.
We should be charging you for being on this show. I don't even know how that makes sense.
My way, man. But
now I feel like there's a sense of responsibility to charge you, man.
But listen, brother, we can go on forever, man. My cash app
is OnBeatMusic. I'm just
kidding. We can go on forever, but we actually got to cut out, man. It was an honor, real talk, man, a blessing. Yeah, I hope you're willing to come back at some point, man. And
bro, always just hit me up. I'll shoot you my number after this too.
Absolutely, bro.
I want that too, because I heard you. I heard you on the show. Like he said he want to make some Lecraes. He want to make some Andy Mineos. Might be that dude. So I got you.
I want that too. Make me. All right, Obi. We love you, bro. Till next time, man. Grace and peace, brother.
Yeah, likewise. Thank you.
All right, man.
Appreciate you, bro.
No, likewise, man.
Super dope, man. Fire, man. Shout out to OB. Shout out to Critique Fridays. Go check him out. Host of Rapzilla. Dope. Actually, we're going to cut out to a track. Here is Corey Wise and OnBeatMusic.
Fire.
Gotta Smile. Featuring Zach Paradis.
Let's hear that hot fire.
Paradis.
I know the sun don't shine every morning, and I can't hide back from the clouds. Good and the bad both come without warning, but even when I don't know how, I still gotta smile regardless. Through the ups and downs in between, I still gotta smile regardless. When I can't control anything, I still gotta smile regardless. Regardless, I still gotta smile regardless. Yeah.
Look out the window this morning, yep, it's rain again. Just another reason for me to sink back in pain again. Fall back in my shame again. Find someone to blame again. Who knew the weight of the world would sit on my chest and cave it in? I got a box of dreams that always get crushed. Every time I get up, I get punched in my gut. My first instinct, give up. Will I ever live up to expectations? There are complications that stiffen me up. But which one is God? Jesus on my depression? Do I worship Satan lies or take joy in the resurrection? Eternity lies in the balance of my selection. Will I live a free life or be shackled by false protection? Sometimes my mind is a canvas with splattered paint, but beauty is in the chaos, though trouble can make it faint. Feels like 300 miles since I've been in the wild. Father, you see a child, but I still gotta smile.
Shine every morning, and I can't hide back from the clouds. Good and the bad both come without warning. But even when I don't know how, I still gotta smile regardless. Through the ups and downs in between, I still gotta smile regardless. When I can't control anything, I still gotta smile regardless. Regardless, I still gotta smile regardless.
Looked at the heavens this morning, yep, it's paid again. Every day I'm saved again from battles that I'm waging in. When my demons weighing in, condemnation caged me in. Call on Jesus' name again, the only one to kill sin. Stuck in a cycle of self-pity and anger. Knew my heart was in danger, felt useless like broken hangers. Right then I pictured a manger, crying in it, my savior. He would grow to a man, just to die for a stranger. But you know me, when I don't know myself. You found purpose in me, even in the middle of hell. Could've been in a grave, could've ended up in jail, but somehow I put myself in a spiritual cell. Yeah, Jesus the key to my freedom, it's been a while. Lord, you died for the meek, Lord, you rose for the mild. Lord, I trust when you speak, Lord, you still know your child. So even in the storms, I
still gotta smile regardless. Through the ups and downs in between, I still gotta smile regardless. When I can't control anything, I still gotta smile regardless. I still gotta smile regardless. Yeah.
That's what's up. Shout out to OnBeatMusic. Corey Wise, Gotta Smile.
Yeah.
Dope track.
It's a fire track. Shout out to Humberto. Is in the building.
Herberto is here.
Hola,
Herberto está
muchachos.
aquí.
Esco con Vargas.
Yeah, we need the sound effects.
He's the man, the legend. That's for Humberto.
We don't got a message today, man. What happened, Herberto?
No, man. But he's Spanish, so he's
late to the party.
Yeah, party.
Is that not how you do it?
That's gross.
What was that, Spaniard? I don't know. What was that? Party. Who says that?
I have no idea who says that. That's Marrio Esco.
Wow,
that's an original.
Thanks.
Only you say that.
I'm unique. No.
Unique New York.
Yo, shout out to Lecrae. Lecrae's single, This Is My Time, previewed in new Spider-Man Miles Morales trailer.
Yeah.
Congrats.
It's pretty fire. That game looks crazy. And the fact that he made it onto that project as a promotion that's definitely a milestone.
I wonder if he made
video games right now are huge.
I wonder if he made it for that specifically. Do you think he was like, yo, the Spider-Man Morales is coming out. Like,
You think he really said it like
no,
that?
I mean,
Yo,
he was one day
be on Spider-Man.
He was one day just sitting there like in his PJs, just watching TV.
You know what?
His son was watching the.
I'm not gonna lie. I was
like, wait a minute.
I was a little upset.
Something hit me.
Like just a little bit because I see. You know what I mean? He's mixed. You know what I mean? So he has a black dad. You know.
The Spider-Man.
Yeah, but his mom's Spanish, so they should have did another commercial with some salsa music at least. Like, me tengo que ir. And he's just straight up salsa.
You can't have a salsa.
But they had Miles Morales.
You can't have a salsa in
Spanish.
Spider-Man. Trust me, bro. That's not gonna work.
Of course you can. You know what kind of demographic he'd be hitting?
Work.
All the people would be like, mira, tú vas a comprar Miles Morales porque tiene canciones.
Why does the Spanish Spider-Man have a cape?
Of course he does.
Because
them dudes are fresh.
Why does the Spanish Spider-Man have a cape, man? That's what I want to know.
That's probably to give papao to his kids.
He's a cape on. The Spanish one is like a Spaniard suit.
Spaniard.
He looks like the Mexican.
He looks like a bullfighter.
He looks like Rey Mysterio with a cape. Somehow he got spiderwebs. Yeah,
that's just probably one of the Spider-Mans.
When he lands,
Spanish bullfighter.
When Spider-Man. He lands, he just goes
ole. Every time he catches,
just
him.
Like
ole.
How do we get him? What's his weakness?
Put some arroz con gandules on the floor.
That's what you get him. Like,
how does that get him?
How can we get him?
If anything, he's gonna mimic you and go,
How do we do that?
You get him.
Congratulations, bro. It was actually produced by Boy Wanda. I don't know if you knew that.
I did not know that.
Fun
fact.
You know that ain't a. First of all, that ain't a cheap beat.
No, it's not.
I did my research. It's a single. I don't know. Maybe there's an album with it. I didn't find it.
But think about it.
It's a single.
If you were getting an opportunity, because you know these things are not just happens to happen.
Oh, so you think
I feel
that's
like
what I'm saying? So was the deal made before? Like, was it?
I'm sure they might have heard it. Like, look, Miles Morales.
No. What do you mean?
Looking for tracks.
Heard it. How did they hear it?
No, I'm saying like they must have heard that they were looking for music.
Oh, it's like a submission, like an audition almost.
Yeah, and they were probably like, "Yo, let's put in a track and see what happens."
Submit it. So he did make it for that.
I would think so. The way things are nowadays, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying like he's not good enough to make it. You know what I mean? That they could have just grabbed it. It's possible, but I feel like in the business they know what's going on.
Do you think
Do
you think he watched like a trailer, like a version of it, and then he was inspired to make it? If he did make it for it, was he just like
seeing Miles Morales? Impossible. Like, it's not impossible.
It's my time.
It's my time.
It's my time.
Oh, it's now or never. Man, that's a completely different genre.
Sorry.
Jeez, went to Bon Jovi.
Miles Morales.
It's my time.
It's now or never. He's going to the city.
I don't know where that inspiration came from. It's an original song.
Some reason,
a punk rock.
Yo, some reason it's longer strides. It's like
how messed up is that? You said the Spanish one that's never gonna work, but we could do Bon Jovi. We could definitely do Bon Jovi. It's my life. Somehow the Spider-Man now works.
I'm sorry
because he's rock and roll. So he's like it's always
it's not rock and roll. Boo.
It's my life. It makes sense. Look. He's doing the rock and roll
it's
sign.
My line. It's a line. No, I'm butchering it. I'm
glad you at least the first step is recognizing it.
It's like
the first step is recognizing it, and then the next step
is stopping it. It's just like
stopping
dead
it
in its tracks.
Right there.
Right.
Shoot it.
Just right now.
Put it to rest.
Take that thought. Right. The one that just crept in. Like
yes. Put it in the box.
Put it in the box.
Throw away the key.
Some reason mine is like Houdini. It just finds a way out. And it comes right to the microphone. What up?
It's a floating straitjacket.
It's like, oh, word. Just comes right out.
That joke.
All right.
I'll one-up you. I see your corniness and I one-up you with that joke.
Like that's a magical power.
I'm all in.
That's a magical power. Ready? Here we go.
Awesome.
We need some behind the scenes stuff,
Awesome.
man.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man.
This went over
We can charge for
everybody's
that.
heads, bro.
Yo, OnBeatMusic messed me up. Now I'm
shoot.
thinking, we're going to charge y'all for everything. I'm
Yo,
just letting you know right now. OnBeat,
taught us
thank
a
you.
lesson.
Thank you. I know my
OnBeat.
worth. I know my worth.
Why you gonna be like, I know my worth? All right. So congrats to Lecrae.
Yo, for real.
Super dope. We love you, bro. Let's do
That's
another
dope,
hand
man.
claps. And Lecrae is not the only one represented.
Who else?
Actually, did we play it? Hold on, let's play it. What am I thinking, bro? I got it right here.
Yeah, facts.
All right, let me play it.
That game looks crazy.
I kind of want. I want to see if I can fast forward it. Oh, that's me. Oops, sorry, that was the mics. My bad. All right, it's in. I don't know if we get hit for that, so I'm gonna put this
We
down.
might, but hey, man, we're giving them free promotion.
Let me see if I
Hit
can
us.
fast forward.
We're sorry for
I'm about to
promoting
break
you.
it. My bad. I'm about to break it. Ready?
We do not own this
Oh,
product.
we can fast forward, dude. We can fast forward.
Oh, that's cool.
All right, cool. Let me play it up.
But that's like the Facebook disclosure. Just all you have to say is, we do not own this product or this music.
Here's Lecrae.
It's my time. I'm seizing the moment because I gotta go for the time's gone. Ain't scared of the
You hear the fight?
Why did you have to do that?
Sorry.
Yo, this game looks crazy though.
just a moment. I'ma make it
You think that lands it perfectly? Yeah, he definitely saw this and was like,
my time.
come on. I see why they chose it. It fits perfectly, bro. It's like,
It does. It really does.
it really does fit perfectly. I can't.
Be yourself. It's very on par.
All right, let's
It's
take
very,
that off.
it's very on trend.
Congrats, Lecrae.
Oh, it
That's
is.
what's up.
That's crazy, man.
And then following right behind him, Wande.
Yeah.
iPhone 12 mini campaign uses Wande's song on Apple TikTok.
That's crazy. That's dope.
I got the video too. Let's play it. This is what she did, man, and this is what they used the woo.
I'm like,
I can't do it.
pull up and see how I live with my crew. Keep it on 10 and you know we don't lose. Only intent, homie, and we make moves.
Yeah, she's fire though. Yeah, she's fire. Wande's fire, man. Shout out to
She's
Wande.
crazy. I bop to that.
Whew.
All day.
It got me like, whoo.
That's a superpower. For real. If you can make two dudes at least, at minimum, to go whoo and still sound cool,
We got
you got something.
we got James DJ Lost and Found says, not sure if Cray made the song for the game, but it sounds like a gimmick track musicians make to get placements. I don't know if that's a diss. How do I read that? I can read that different ways.
I don't understand
I can
that.
read it like, not sure if
that.
Cray made the song for this game, but it sounds like a gimmick track musicians make to get placements.
Or it sounds like hating to me.
Or you can say,
That's what it sounds
or you can
like
say,
to me.
I'm not sure if Cray made the song for the game, but it sounds like a gimmick tracks musicians make to get placement.
That's what it sounds like to me. That's exactly what it sounds like to me. It don't sound like
Which one
the
is it?
positive one that
DJ
you
Lost
just
and
did. But what I would,
You can take
what
it
I would
both.
respond to
To read
that is like,
That's the problem with
you know, you got a company that
generic.
makes. You got
That's still, he just said generic. Like that.
But listen, it's the same thing as like a company
Yeah, so
that
that's-
makes cars.
that's attitude
And
then,
then
right? Is that what I'm saying?
a major company comes in and says, "Hey, can you make us a custom song like for our company?"
Facts.
And they make a custom song,
Yo.
and then now you go,
Yo,
"Oh,
real
that
talk.
sounds like one of those generic things that other rappers try to gimmick about." It's like, dude, he was requested, or even if he tried to make
We've
that
done
connection,
it. We've done it.
that's dope.
We did it for
It's business.
We did it for a few shows. We got intros on a few shows, including ours. But we did like a few intros. You remember the? No, I'm not gonna say.
Oh, we've done some that sounds like Double X Live, and we just straight up yelling. I ain't
Yo,
afraid, man.
if
That's
you
our
could-
journey.
Yo, real talk, Gil.
Yeah.
If you could have the life that this dude had in the
I don't want another man's life.
what's his name? Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Okay,
As a
Now I
jingle,
really don't want
as a
this
jingle,
life.
as a jingle writer. Like you just, if you
That's
could be,
actually kind of dope.
if you could
job.
be a jingle writer,
you should have
like
chose
what that
Jamie
dude was.
Foxx. Jamie Foxx was a jingle writer
What do you mean?
in the show that he was in. He did jingle writing for a little bit. Like that's
What show? Oh, that's
Jamie
what he
Foxx
did.
show. Yeah,
I never knew what he did.
yeah.
I just thought he could sing. He was just flexing on people.
Yeah, man.
Ah.
Well, he worked in the hotel too, but then
Yeah.
in the show, he got a job as a jingle writer.
Oh, okay.
It was a dope episode.
All right.
And I was like, man, people get paid to create jingles.
No, but I'm talking specifically like the Alvin and Chipmunk dude. Like, a little house, quiet, little small
With a bunch-
town.
and I'm talking
little
to squirrels?
Small town. No, you're not, I'm not saying
Yeah, that sounds like a
I'm not
lovely
saying-
life.
I'm not saying-
Like, check out this one. Carpets are fun. They're really, really fun. Fun, fun, fun. What do you think, Alvin? Too many, Alvin. Too many? Too many funds?
When you start turning to Alvin and saying, "What do you think, Alvin?" That's what I'm gonna start.
When they tell me,
exercising
you
the
know
demons
what?
out of you.
Your jingles are a little off. Alvin loved it.
Yeah, he says it's a literal strategy
Simon
to
thought
get
it was amazing.
maximum placement. No hate at all. It's a smart business decision for writers.
For
though.
real.
Yeah, facts.
That's what you should do.
Yeah.
If you are in any form of business, it doesn't matter. Wande is using her music, but it's no different to a carpenter, to somebody who builds cars. You want to branch out to the other businesses and cross promote. So now
You got
people who buy
Lecrae
Apple products
on a PS5, PS4 game. You
Do
got
know how many
Wande.
people who's gonna tune in?
You got Wande on Apple's campaign
That's
marketing
crazy.
on their TikTok ad. Like,
Yep. And even if like people don't know who they are because they
And
just
this is
use the
reach.
music. Let's
Both
say
reach.
Lecrae's name isn't mentioned in any of the
It's still
commercials.
reach.
It's still dope because you know how much money they must have paid him to take his song and put it on this ad that is going to play over and over and over.
Facts.
So even if it's that, you got to pay the bills at the end of the day. And if you could find a way to
Well,
use your music and
I'm
make
telling
money other ways other than record sales, why not?
I'm telling you right now, the way they're moving,
Money's
he
still green.
he definitely found an avenue that works.
For real. That's a quick sale too. Video game, here we go.
Now I know that Wande's song was an actual single that she made on one of her projects.
That's super fire.
So that wasn't made intentionally.
No, that wasn't
for the ad. They just was like, "Yo, oh, well, she made the ad too." That's what it was. Like she made it, and then they took it. And they said just about 11 hours, it was closing in on 100 million views.
That's
How many
crazy.
people who have no idea, or never heard of Wande,
They definitely
now,
gonna heard her
and
now.
now they're looking at this and like, wait a minute, what? What's this?
Yo.
And now they're gonna go peep
It's
everybody.
smart.
Yeah, man.
It's super smart. It's all about strategy. People think like just because they're Christians, you're not allowed to use smart business strategies. Like, why not?
Facts.
As long as it's not something where you're taking advantage of people and you know it, like you know this strategy is going to take advantage of somebody, then that's a totally different story. Now you have to really use some spiritual discernment. But if it's a strategy like she did, she just created her own commercial, used the music, wrote the song, and put it out.
Yeah.
And Apple was like, "Oh
Yeah.
wow,
Let's take
that's
that.
fire. Let's use that." So where is there sin in that? Nowhere. She created
Dude,
a
that's
dope product.
it's a
and
brilliant
secular company bought it.
It's a brilliant thing because
Brilliant.
right now hip hop is the genre that's most popular everywhere.
It's getting
It's
huge.
most popular. Like nobody ever thought that hip hop will come this far, where it totally
Yeah,
like
man.
rock and roll is like where's it at? Like it's like
It's not as
almost
powerful.
it's almost non-existent at
It's
this
there,
point.
but it's not. It's nowhere
Hey,
near.
remember
as
when it
powerful
was
as
like
hip-hop now.
really predominant at one point? Like it
Yup.
was all rock and even like MTV like wasn't even playing hip hop until after midnight for a certain period of time. Like it was all like that kind of stuff.
And they took
everything
over
flipped
in several different areas, not just in the average like hip hop and stuff like that, but they took over fashion industry.
That's what I'm saying.
They
It
took
spilled over
like-
everywhere.
Yo,
So
it's
now more than
crazy.
ever, hip hop is where everyone's running toward when it comes to music for their campaigns and their ads.
Yup.
But they also broadcasting to children and families, so they need clean music. It's like this is the perfect alley-oop to the Christian artists, like right now. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Since some people are stuck at home working remotely, and
Make some jingles.
I've actually heard a bunch of people on
And
Facebook
jangles.
saying, "Are there any new Christian hip hop artists that I haven't heard of? Da da da. Yo, let me know who you listening to." Like people just want to listen to something right now. Perfect time to release music. Honestly, it really is.
Facts. Yeah, you're preaching to me. I'm writing notes.
No, but it is.
I'm
though.
like, oh, hold up, man. After this, I gotta
Even if you
Start working on some tracks,
even
man.
if it's old stuff, like you should re-release it because there's still a lot of people who probably still never heard of it.
Thank you. Ready?
Re-release
You just beautiful, bro. Wow. I don't know if you planned that. Kanye West. Billboard puts Kanye West, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy at number 1 on their list of the 100 greatest albums of 2010.
Facts.
You got this old catalog.
Old. Still making
decade
money.
ago. A decade old catalog placed on a number 1 chart for the Billboard.
Insane. Dude's still making a killing off something that he made 2010?
A decade ago, bro. That's like
insane.
Yo, what was a decade ago for us? How long was the first 10?
Hold on.
Yeah, the first 10.
I don't know. Do we ever put that out?
Stuff.
Do we put that out?
Heck no, 10? Man. We got convicted of that. We were like,
no.
We were like, not only is this,
that's exactly where
not
we
only
sent
is
that project.
This musically
to
trash.
Heck.
This is not only musically trash. This is also theologically trash. This is all kinds of trash.
All kinds.
Man, what were we thinking?
All kinds.
You can't. Beats a whack, raps a whack.
We were like, what are we doing?
And what are you saying? Like all this is heresy and garbage. Like
we were not polite to ourselves.
No.
And we invested money too, man.
That was about a decade ago. Can you imagine the first 10? We were still getting paid and praised for the first out a decade ago, bro.
I might not take that money.
You know what's
crazy? Bamboozled.
You know what that says? That says a lot about Kanye, bro.
For real.
About his catalog. That says a lot.
Yep. To
have a decade music that you made a decade ago and still standing the test of time, like people are still like, wow,
still raking in bread,
man.
Bro.
Wow,
and serious money.
That's a fire catalog.
Because
the thing it's no wonder why he's fighting for those masters.
He's because like, you think about it like this:
these are mine.
Whether at least if you made good music and you were given high notoriety, even when you come up with new music, you know, you remind people of the old version of you, and you
remind me.
People just go back. They're like, "Yo, I want to listen to when Kanye first came out compared to what he just did."
Yeah.
And it just constantly will remind, and people even do that with me. I've heard people like, "Oh, I went back and listened to your old stuff."
Way to turn it on yourself. Go ahead.
I've heard people even say that about you.
I'm just kidding, man.
We've come a long way, bro. It's a fact. From
man, you really,
feeling like grass,
you really know your worth.
Lyrical lobster. Let's think of it. You know, we've talked about it on the show. There's an actual episode called Lyrical Lobster. Check it out. Check it out. We're refurbishing right now, live on the show. We're refurbishing.
Leave that one in the
Check that Lyrical Lobster episode.
Yo, I had somebody come up to me in my church recently. And be like, I just binge heard, I guess.
Binge heard.
How do you call it? How do you call it for a podcast? You can't say binge watch.
I binge heard.
I binge heard.
I binge heard you.
Man, I binged there.
What?
What?
Imagine in church you heard.
Done that.
I binge heard you. We're like, what?
It's like
say that again. Like we're in church now.
It's the actual spot where they binge watch. Like I said, I binged there. Where? Right on that couch right there. Man, I binged there. Done that.
Oh, man.
Binge watch. Okay, so
you must have been watching myself because you acted mad bingy.
What? Wow. I don't know if we're supposed to like bleep that or what. What's going on?
Hey, man, it's a word, binge.
No, you're gonna lead me down a very negative path, bro.
No,
you're supposed to set me up for success. You're not supposed to set me up for failure. You know where I want to go, man.
Sorry.
Some behind the scenes Patreon stuff. That's offline, like that.
You know, man. Sometimes I go there.
But yeah, somebody from the church binge heard our podcast. Yeah.
That to me is crazy.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised they said hello to me.
I'm surprised they said hello.
Oh, hey.
Why did they?
No, man. We love you. Shout out to the brother. Yeah. He actually copped something from the merch store, so that's what's up. We love you.
Yo, that to me is
dope.
crazy.
Very supportive. Thank you. We appreciate you.
We do appreciate the fact that you're willing to put our faces on your chest or
facts
a loved one's chest.
It's a brilliant marketing idea, right, Gil?
It's amazing. I love it.
What can we call this that can be marketable?
I wouldn't think anybody would want me.
How about this?
Oh wait, I'm on the other side.
I got it.
Facing the other direction.
I got it.
Oh no, we are facing the same direction. I'm sorry. It's just we're like awkwardly closer.
Anyway,
I'm not gonna mimic that. Sorry. I'll be right. Like,
how do you binge hear that? Sorry to our podcasters. We were doing the logo post.
we wanted to, because Spanish people love baseball, so we went with the Major League feel logo. You know what I'm saying? Where the dude is like this, and it's like the two colors, but now it's two Spanish people.
Yeah.
We're trying to form a team. Eventually, it'll just be a whole bunch.
It'll be like four of us.
Just a whole bunch of heads.
All different colors, like blue, purple. It's like, what is this?
Like, yo, did the logo change?
Ninja Turtles?
No, we just added our family.
What's cool? What's this?
It's my son.
The Ninja Puerto Ricans?
It's my mom. It's my uncle.
Like, where do they live? In New York, under the ground. Just Puerto Ricans.
That's apartment 1. That's apartment 1's logo.
No anchovies.
So you can count how many family members they have. Like, wow, this keeps on going and going in one apartment.
Oh man. So Billboard was quick to appreciate West's wild achievement, awarding it 5 stars out of 5 in a review when it first actually was released. So it was already like standing, don't go now and binge his music. That wasn't a
right. No,
call to action. It's something.
It's just crazy that you
old.
Can create a body.
Well, I'm sure even he himself now is looking back at that catalog and saying, "I'm still getting paid for that." And he's truly who he says he is. If he truly is a proclaiming professing
that would upset
Christian,
me.
Like here you are, like looking back at your catalog.
I wonder if that's even possible for him to remove it.
He wants to. He wants to buy the masters. Do you think he's going to buy the masters and remove them? I don't think so.
That would be crazy.
That would be like a crazy testimony right there.
That's what
Can you imagine that?
That's a lot of money.
He buys his masters and then he just removes them from everything. It's just like, let's erase this whole catalog. Wow.
I died.
Dude,
to
people
myself.
will be angry. That's a digital treasure. Treasure.
Yeah, man.
That's a digital treasure right there.
The Christian community will be like, Lord.
Yo, that's no joke. You're talking about billions.
That boy right there.
You're talking about billions of dollars for real talk.
For real.
Like that catalog, long term, like that's doesn't millions. Stop. That doesn't stop collecting.
That's
bro.
Millions, bro. He just
facts.
If he was to do it, but I've heard people say that he's mentioned it. You know what I mean? That he wants to remove that music that had that horrible content, which is why we're not advising anybody to go listen to it. But it's besides the point. But it is still interesting, like Christian creatives. When you go into creating your music, create it so that it could be timeless.
Facts.
That's the point.
Actually,
that is the actual
one point. One of the writers for Billboard said that he pushes his sound a few steps further past hip hop and R&B and pop by telling a story about his hopes, faults, and brash beliefs. So it stood out because, and not just that, I think she's missing some things. She's probably just pointing at, the way his personality, how he presents himself as an artist. Obviously it's there, but he also produces his own stuff.
Facts.
This is purely Kanye West, like to the core, bro.
He's an animal.
He's not only spitting, he's producing the entire thing, bro.
Yeah.
It's not just a rapper. That dude's for real an artist, man. He really is.
He's perfected the art. You know what I mean? And sometimes I understand what people say, like, he's big headed and all that. Like, he's definitely full of himself.
I think
I would not disagree.
Can't we say, what if Kanye just knows what he is and he's just...
I know, but the point is that he makes it a point to say it. That's the part. It's like, we all know he's a beast. He doesn't have to go out and be like, I'm the best that's ever breathed.
I think his
I basically sweat perfection.
Bro, I think his thinking is like...
why do you gotta say
you're not
that?
thinking of me properly. Like, I think
because that's not worse. When you speak to me,
you are in the presence of greatness.
A little bit of respect on it because I am a living legend.
Listen, I ain't no average Joe.
Just
nah,
put some respect on it.
Oh man, nah. I heard somebody say that he actually exaggerates that. He doesn't like. Did you see the new interview that he did on the Joe Rogan show?
I saw bits and pieces of it.
He wasn't.
Clips.
He was not that Kanye that he is on, like normal, like TMZ or anything. He's not that kind of Kanye.
But to be fair, though, he also shifted like his priorities a little bit to not come up with a better word, I guess.
Why? Because he's trying to be a politician.
Yeah, he was doing the political game, so he knows he can't go on Joe Rogan and be all crazy like he normally is. He was controlled. Yeah. I believe that even the crazy stuff is just him being Kanye.
Bro, like, if he's crazy, it's gonna break out. There's no way you can control that.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Notice that it was toned, calm, collective, very well thought out, speaking straightforward to him and making actual sense.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I'd never really believed before when he was acting all like crazy crazy and I'm like, dude, wild. this is just his way, how he expresses himself, and people are buying it up. And they're putting him everywhere, and they're like, he's crazy. It's a formula. The dude knows what he's doing. He is crazy, but it's not the way you think. It's not the crazy you think that he's just like this cuckoo bird who just says things and doesn't know. Like, everything is intentional with that dude. But it is weird that all of a sudden, just because he said he's running for president, all of a sudden, zoop, hop.
Nah, bro, you can't do that to Wes.
In reality.
How about this? How about he's a Christian man? And
I believe that too. Unless he says otherwise, unless he does otherwise, I haven't seen anything questionable. The only thing that I would question is why your stuff's so expensive. It begs to question the greed, because it's like a broken sweater is like $750.
And he's like OB. He knows he knows his worth.
Dang.
He's like,
so then my question,
my
question to the Christian creative is like, when does the worth become a little what's the word, self glorifying?
Nah, man, you got to know your worth. Man.
I feel you,
hey,
but
if he's making money off of it,
is there a number?
Problem? He knows his worth.
But my question is there a number?
Who's to determine the number?
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Is it just whatever? So
it's high end. It's high end gear. You got to pay top dollar for this. It's high end. Sorry, you get what you pay for. I designed this thing. I took time for this thing. I flew to that country and picked that fabric, and I came back and I made the deals behind the scenes. I gave you this fabric. Like, I put work in that.
And I ripped it and then sold it to you.
I sold it myself.
The one I just said right now
basement.
was a sweater that had mad holes in it. It looked like a homeless person.
All right, well,
took it off and said, "Here, see what you do with this."
Did
and he's like, "Easy. I'm just gonna put it on my Yeezy website." And I'm like, that,
and
what?
It works.
And it works. And people are like, 750. That's it. I'm like,
can you imagine that? Can you imagine like a digital gold mine like that? Like, yo, literally, like anything you put into this,
no,
anything you post on this,
it's literally happening right now. Did you see his Yeezy new sneakers or his flip flops? They look like dinosaur feet. And people are like, yo, you cop them Yeezys? I'm like, no, I don't want a pair of the Barney 12.
You buy all 4 of them for your hands.
And in the background, you put Jurassic Park music.
Yo, this is awesome. It comes with the Yeezy hat. It's just a dinosaur head. I got the full outfit, y'all.
Yo, man.
What are you?
I did the prehistoric Yeezy.
I'm Pee-wee from...
I got the Preezy.
What's her name? Pee-wee from Land of the Lost.
Land of the Lost.
I'm
That's
Pee-wee.
what they're called. Land of the Lost 12s.
Oh, shoot. I'm sorry.
No, but
man.
I'm sorry. Somebody just put that on. Like, yo, I got these new Yeezys, and they look like legit.
I know. Dinosaur feet. Yeah.
Dinosaur feet, man. And now Adidas is following
I was
suit.
going to say like teeth. They look like...
It looked like his foot is getting eaten.
Yeah, facts.
And then he's walking.
Well, anyway, I think he's ahead of his time. He actually was one of the people that influenced the strategy of putting your music up before your album releases, and he had it available to stream on his website. And the Billboard in the music industry was telling him at the time, that's unwise. Don't do that. Like, it's going to hurt you in the end. And it became a common practice that you see. People are releasing music before the time, and then they release them as projects later. Some people are even taking music out of their album catalog in the digital world as you like see it. Mm-hmm. They're taking them out, re-editing them, remastering them, and putting them back in.
That's crazy.
Yo, that's crazy, right?
That's crazy.
That you have the ability now to just be like, I'm going to snatch that real quick. Hold on, remaster.
So you go to it and you're like, what?
Put that back in there.
Why can't
Let me throw that back in. Hold on. I didn't like the way I said yes. Just like do different ad libs and stuff. Like, I didn't like that. It's like an ongoing.
If that doesn't boggle your mind of how technology is, that somebody out in the ether can grab music from your library,
take this out real
the version
quick.
that you have, edit
Change it
it,
up.
make it better, bring the bass up, because it's all about the bass.
Put it right back in your house.
And then
Yo,
put it
that's
right
like
back in
creeping
your
into your
house.
crib, or sort of. That's like
For real.
that's like a company like coming in like charter or something.
Somebody coming in your fridge,
break it in.
they
just
don't
like,
even
all
know
right,
you,
let me
and you're
fix this
like,
real quick.
this orange juice looks
Let me
good. Puts his mouth all over the rim. You're like, yo, you in my
doing?
crib, and you in my fridge, and you drinking my juice with your mouth. Yeah,
He's like, I'm squeezing your fresh cup of orange juice.
I'm replacing it with fresh squeezed. And you're like, what? You're gonna edit my juice? But that's crazy.
You got
man.
your LTC. That's,
and then
that's a different story.
Then you go back to it, and then you don't know that they did that. Like, I wonder how much that changes your experience. Like, I wonder if people even notice. Like, they put it in the earphones and it bumps harder, and they're like,
Not if you
oh,
Not if you, yeah.
what is happening right now? Did I just wake up
Actually,
to a new reality?
I'm glad that you're bringing that up, bro. I'm glad that you're bringing that up because Universal Music. Thank you, brother, man. You on it today, huh?
I'm trying to do what I do when I can do it.
Universal Music is in the process of going from a private corporation to now a public company.
Get out.
Yep. And now
so they're worth something now?
It's interesting because as these businesses make these moves, these are people that control the music. This is Universal Music.
Yeah, man. And now
so
they're
if
putting
they're
it to the
making this
people.
move, what's the idea behind this? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like what made the shift? One of the things that they brought up was that there was a 3% uptick in revenue, which is about $2.2 billion.
Insane.
For the first 9 months in 2020, they said the revenue grew 6% on nearly 16% jump in subscriptions and streaming.
Wow.
As well as the receipt of digital royalty claim in the first quarter. Physical sales dropped 10% from 2019.
That's crazy.
So the streaming is where it's at.
Yeah, it's working. I mean, we all knew this is where it was going.
And there's money, $2.2 billion?
That's money.
Bro.
It's the way people listen to music.
By the way,
it's how people
we're talking
watch
about
movies.
music. We're talking specifically, this is specifically regarding music.
Yo, I feel that after this pandemic, I don't think that movie theaters is going to be as common as it used to be.
Facts, bro.
Because
That's
now
real
you
talk.
can stream it, and they've already been doing it. They're releasing movies through streaming now. And this is the part. If you believe that this wasn't happening, this is how you know. All the content creators started creating their own streaming platforms.
Facts.
All of them. Disney had their own. They've removed all the stuff they had from Netflix. All the shows that you loved is now on Disney Plus.
Facts.
Netflix started coming out with their own Netflix originals. Everything is going to the streaming platform, even movies. And now with this pandemic, you will see a lot of theaters closed down. They also lost huge contracts because they weren't shown those movies. And the studio still needed to make their money. Long and behold, they had their own platform. So Mulan was one of them.
Yo,
that was
hold
a
up.
huge hit to the theater. Got removed. The companies lost money. But companies like Universal, they still need to make that money come back. How do they get it? Through the subscriptions.
Bro, you just brought up like literally my whole layout for the rest of this show, and it's super dope. I don't know if you're doing this on purpose or what, or if God is moving, but just to close this up, because I want to jump into what you just said. Just to close this up, they're already talking about bestsellers at the end of September, including new releases by The Weeknd, Justin Bieber, Lil Baby, all these, Billie Eilish. They're already promoting now. Hey, guys, you want to invest? Because now you dip into these artists' royalties, bro, into the money. Well, I don't think it's the artists. The artists get their royalties, but you dip into the labels.
Yeah,
depending on your shares that you put in. But if they're bringing up artists, like, is that saying like this is the catalog that we own? So when you put your shares, when you purchase shares from us, you invest in us. This is just the catalog we own. That's probably what they're saying. Like all these artists,
mean? Like, because
these are the artists that are signed to their label.
Yeah.
So that just means like the money, the revenue that we generate from these artists that are successful artists, they're doing their thing, they're on the billboard and all that.
Yeah.
You get to dip into that.
Yeah, because you're buying shares into the company. Yeah.
That's crazy, bro.
That is crazy.
That just shows
the
like
more shares you
buy, music is a profitable business. That
it,
shows
it has, and
because the illusion is that it's not.
Well, it was. There was a slow point because it was that transition from going from CD sales to now buying it digitally, then from buying it digitally to streaming. So it took time to perfect this and how to make money off of it. And it was unclear. That was definitely an avenue where the music labels were losing a ton of money, and that's when you had those platforms that were you were able to download music for free.
Yeah,
and people were getting sued, and people were getting like in trouble for downloading it.
Right? Yeah, Napster. Yeah, yep.
That's labels
this
were
is
like,
where it was like, what do we do? How do we win?
We're hemorrhaging somehow.
Yep.
People are getting the music, but we're not getting paid for it.
So if they go public,
how is this happening?
Does that make it better for artists then? Actually, does it make record labels look more appealing? Maybe that's the shift.
That is the shift.
How do we stay afloat? How do we stay relevant? Hey, open it up publicly. Now you got everybody invested in this thing, and now we got all this money now on top of that.
Facts.
They're flexing on them about they're showing the streaming in the digital world. The worth $2.2 billion, bro. First quarter, there's money to be made. We're talking about music,
but this all comes from owning your masters.
Facts.
Own your masters. Those companies that are making this serious money is because they own their masters.
Well, here's the two things too. The two things that we got out of that is there's money to be made in music.
Definitely.
It's worth investing. It's worth looking to be familiar with it. If you're an artist, don't lose hope. Don't. And it's not that it's all about money, but like OB was saying earlier, know your worth and know the work that you're putting in, and be a good steward of the things that God has given you.
And to piggyback also what Obi was saying, like to submit your music, you got to pay that fee. A lot of people will be like, "Oh, I'm giving you my music for your critique," and you know what I mean. Like that's the investment. Facts. Is that you're putting in a small investment for someone to do a job that they do, and in return, you could possibly get signed, because he said people have gotten signed, people have gotten opportunities to go to reach, to record, like they wanted to meet them. So who knows, out of that, you could possibly get signed too. People have gotten recognized and gotten bigger platforms. So it's a small investment, but you have to look at it in a different lens rather than, I'm paying this dude just to listen to my music. No, you're paying this dude to allow you to get a broader audience. You get in an audience that you wouldn't normally get on your own.
Facts.
And that's how these companies are doing it.
Well, you mentioned the streaming thing and how, everybody's looking at that episodes and stuff like that.
Yep.
They're talking about Marvel's Black Panther sequel to begin shooting in July.
Oh, that's going to be another fire soundtrack.
Facts.
First one was crazy.
Oh yeah. Who was it? Kendrick? I think it was Kendrick Lamar.
He produced the whole thing.
Yeah, super dope. But one of the aside from Chadwick Boseman,
that's his untimely demise.
Yeah, and that's super sad. But inspiring at the same time, knowing his story and what he was dealing with at the time, and fighting through that, and being
he kept it from everybody. Nobody even knew that he was going through those procedures. Facts, and all that. That says a lot, because some people want to get that, like, yo, boo-hoo, look at me, look, I'm going through. Like, he just like warrior style,
right?
Filmed dope movies. Put his stamp in the industry and passed peacefully.
Well, they said that they're not in the movie. They're not going to use any weird CGI or anything like that. Instead, they're going to focus heavily on his sister. What was the name of the sister?
Shiri, I believe.
Shiri, yeah. But anyway, I'm bringing this up because it piggybacks off what you're saying about the streaming and stuff. One of the things that the chief is saying of the projects is that he right now wants to focus more on the streaming.
Yeah.
Like, he's actually pushing the movies back. And he says, they think that it's going to help them in the long run because it's going to cause people to long to get back into the movie theaters to see, Marvel movies on the big screen. So he's hoping that the series on the Disney Plus will be enough to carry people along the way. And then as things begin to open up in the economy with the movie theaters, boom, now they're dropping the Marvel films in the theaters.
One thing I will mention too, another way that I believe movie theaters could possibly make a comeback is Netflix has a movie theater in New York.
Facts.
So I think the next wave will probably be streaming services that open up their own studio, their own
to have
theater.
best of both worlds, man.
Because now they're not counting so much on solely on the money of ticket sales because they have streaming services. They're getting paid monthly from all the people who view their content. It's just now, if you want to have a movie experience, you can watch it in our state-of-the-art movie theater. And Netflix is already ahead of the game.
Facts.
They actually have a movie theater.
True.
That's
Netflix
crazy.
got a movie theater. Netflix commits $1 billion to make New Mexico their home of one of the world's largest studios. $1 billion they're dropping, and it's going to be the largest studios in Mexico right now. Mexico is super excited about it because it's opening up mad jobs. They proposed an expansion of $150 million. Like, dude, they're saying over 1,000 new production jobs in Mexico in the next 10 years.
Yo,
like
that's genius.
Yeah, facts,
There's
bro.
so many companies that should
cheap.
be setting up shop over there.
Yeah, because it's probably super cheap. They're creating opportunities. It's fresh grounds they can build on. Like, it's gonna be one of the biggest studios.
That's why they come here. They want opportunities. So why not have a company go over there and create opportunities there for them?
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? I'm sure they probably don't want to leave their families and do, whatever it takes to get, across. It's like, imagine you putting a Netflix and having people just come work.
It shows you how these businesses think, bro. Look at
and
what
it's gonna bring up the economy.
Yes.
Like, yo,
look at
so
this
much
all
benefit.
around. Like, look at how these people think. Who thought? Like New Mexico, who was sitting there like, yo, New Mexico's the spot. Like, somebody was looking at the land, looking at, you know what I'm saying? Like, somebody was scouting.
Also, it's New Mexico.
New Mexico.
Oh, I heard you say, I just heard Mexico.
No, New Mexico. But still,
that's still dope.
Somebody's out there scouting for land and opportunities. You know what I mean?
But they should go to Mexico.
I mean, maybe
set up shop over there. Like, yo, that would be crazy.
No, New Mexico still. Still, it's opening up opportunities. It's opening up, not only opportunities for work,
the economy,
jobs, economy.
You know what I mean? Like, that's going to bring a more structure in that area because more money is coming in. So they'll be able to fund into different projects.
They're also purchasing an additional private purchase of another 170 acres. I wonder what they're going to... It's a
Netflix theme park.
Like, oh, true. Imagine that.
Probably.
What would a Netflix theme park be?
Because, think about it. Universal. That's what Universal did.
All facts.
Universal Studios.
But Universal,
they got rides. They got all that stuff. Yeah, but Netflix
so they're
is the
gonna
new
do
wave.
like a Stranger Things like theme. Or
Who knows?
like that.
They could do it.
That's true.
They could do it. They got enough movies to
Netflix
create
originals.
Rides. All originals.
Facts.
They have enough content right now where they could have a ride for each one of their original movies. They have some dope ones too. Like
I'll hop
Stranger
on
Things.
I'll go through a Stranger Things theme park, bro.
What?
That's fire, bro.
What?
You can have that big monster creature thing over the entire thing, like just
sick.
Like, yo, that'll be dope.
Super sick. And then you get that nostalgic feel. Like, yo, that's why I like
back
that
in
show.
it, like, what is it, like a 90s? Was it 80s or 90s?
It was like 80s, bro.
80s feel, yeah.
80s, because they dressed up as Ghostbusters like it was the dopest costume ever.
Bro,
like it was fresh.
Well, hey,
it's like, yo, who are you gonna be? Obviously, Ghostbusters.
At that time, in their context, that was fresh.
I know. That's why I know it was 80s.
You would be rocking Ghostbuster gear.
Heck yeah.
You would be here on the show if this was in the 80s with the Ghostbuster gear.
Fresh.
You're the kind of person that will go above and beyond, and you would have the Ghostbuster packet.
Both.
Like, why?
Both.
Wait a minute.
And the joint that you throw that captures the ghost. And the joint that you throw it and you step on the.
Because you go all the way.
When I was young though,
and
they came out with it, it was a plastic joint. It was like a pump, and you pumped it, and it was like, and it opened up. I was so envious of the people who had that, man.
Oh my God.
I couldn't afford that stuff.
I knew it. This was like,
but it was always a kid named Johnny who had it. I'm like, yo, who got the new Ghostbusters joint? Johnny.
Johnny got to be the one to always got the new stuff.
He always has the cool stuff, and he goes to karate.
Johnny. No. Yeah, you had like a Karate Kid thing going on. Like you were in a different dojo. Like,
my name's Johnny. We have to play Karate Kid. Come on.
Come on, Johnny. Take this punch.
Put on the skeleton.
Your mom
Put on the
comes
skeleton
out.
hustle and let me kick you.
Your mom comes out running out. Gil.
Why? ¿Por qué tú le kick him? I'm not sure what he said like that. I was just
He's only 3. He's only 3. Gil is 8.
¿Por qué tú kick him?
Gil is 8 years old, kicking a 3-year-old. Johnny. Gil, why are you kicking that 3-year-old?
Sorry, man. I'm sorry, but it was the bomb back then. You know, if anything, if I was playing Ghostbusters, my mom would be like, "Mira, tú playing eso de Satanás o diablo."
Yeah, true facts.
Espíritu, mira.
Mira, Espíritu Santo.
She'll get the holy oil and rub it on my forehead. Put the cross joint.
Ahora
vete ora.
See, I got the Catholic side. I got the En nombre del Padre del Hijo, and I got the oil. Like what?
But when they did it, do they do the Latin?
They did this thing.
Like the over, like En nombre del Patri.
When I was a kid in the Catholic Church,
how to say it.
And they did that weird thing where they did this like thing, this ritual thing from the forehead to the mouth. I had no idea what they were doing. But they
hit you up with the Latin joint, like El Padre Fili Spiritu Francis.
No, those are real words, man. Like,
I know it is. I don't know them. I'm butchering them. But I'm saying, but
every time they did that, everybody did it. I never knew what it was.
Because I was gonna ask you how to say it.
I don't know how to say it. I would always fake the funk. So when they go like this and do the thing, you had to put your hand up. You got to follow. So the whole church is like,
you have to do it yourself?
Whoop. Yes, everybody is like, whoop, 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 doing something. And you're like, oh, shoot. Like, you didn't get the cue. Like, there's no training.
So you off beat?
So, off beat. I was like drawing circles. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, it's writing my name.
So Marrio got lost and he just started doing the Michael Jackson.
Just in the middle of the aisle, looking at people like, ain't nobody doing any of these movements. Who am I copying? I'm just going like, and then,
he got lost. He's like, oh, damn it, I missed it.
Yo, you know what's hilarious? And then you look at the back of the church, there's another guy in the back of the church doing it.
He's like, oh, I'm here. I'm in this part. I got you, Marrio. I got you.
We got this, man. They don't got the spirit, bro.
This is a dead church.
They don't got the spirit, man.
They don't feel it like us.
They're like, what are we doing?
Somehow the music is only playing for you guys. That is just gross. Everybody's doing
that went.
The ash.
No idea.
And Marrio is doing the
Thriller. I'll do it for the Lord.
I'm thrilled for the Lord.
This is for the... Oh, yeah, see, a salesman would know how to flip that. when your mom comes in like, Mira, Gilbert!
Like, no, like, mommy, I'm thrilled for the Lord. Look, this is Thriller.
Oh, it's for the...
for the Lord.
You even got her tripping like, oh.
I didn't know that song.
I didn't know. Got her stumbling.
She walks away singing it. I'm thrilled for the Lord. That's catchy, Gilbert.
I like that song. She tried in church.
Be like, hermana, that's not Christine, that's Michael Jackson.
You got a whole congregation. You got a whole congregation. And this is
Yo, stop. My mom's gonna call me and rebuke me, bro. She'll be like, mira, Gilbert, eso es el Espíritu Santo. No hable eso. You don't be talking about that stuff.
She got the whole congregation.
God's gonna punish you.
She got the whole congregation.
Yeah, you messed up, bro.
Like, whoa, man! It's biblical, isn't it?
It is. It is biblical.
They
man.
raised from the dead.
It's biblical with a twist.
He's alive in
with
Christ.
A twist of lemon.
Dead in the flesh, alive in... Okay. AI
How did
bot.
we get there from Netflix? Okay, from Netflix.
Yo, AI bot creates Eminem diss song against Mark Zuckerberg.
Wait, a robot created a diss. Stop it. We are not talking about this right now.
Yes.
Okay, because we were supposed to talk about this last week when we said the hip hop cyborgs and we named it.
It sounds
CHH
just
cyborgs.
like Eminem. Yo, listen. It's
So a robot wrote Eminem verse?
It's not something I recommend listening to, but I know people are going to be like, yo, I got to hear it. But for the sake of I guess, science. I don't know if there's another better example out there on YouTube, but this
artist tip: stop rapping. Robots will replace you.
You know what they did? Peep game.
What the heck? Are you serious?
Let me read it. They inputted the title "Mark Zuckerberg diss in the style of Eminem" and let the AI write the rest. The group wrote in the description. From there, we sent the lyrics to 300HZ, I guess is a company. They synthesized it and created the vocals. The audio was not recorded by Eminem, but the joint sounds like Eminem. His inflections, his cadence, his style. It's not exact. You could tell that this is not Eminem. Something's off. This is not Eminem. The rap is horrible. It's horrendous. It makes no sense. At one point, he's like, yo, you're dumb. I'm like, at one point,
is that your impersonation of Eminem? I just want to make that clear.
At one point, it sounded,
you're dumb.
Yeah, yes,
okay.
Yes. At one point, it sounded very silly.
That's awesome.
But in Eminem's voice, Eminem's voice,
you're dumb.
No, real talk. Like it's Eminem.
That's Eminem
saying you're dumb. You're really, really dumb. And it's like, whoa, the AI can't rap too well. It doesn't really.
Yo, but the thing is,
it doesn't really rap like
mimicking Eminem. He does not sound
really,
like
really
a 4-year-old boy.
You're
dumb. You're really, really dumb.
You're really, really dumb. I'm like,
watch me stick 90 nails into each one of my eyelids. You dummy.
Sorry, I guess this is no longer for kids. But yeah, man. So the AI made this whole thing about Eminem and this whole rap about Eminem doing this, and it sounds it's scary, bro. Like his voice. It's his voice, and it's not even him. He didn't record it.
It's a robot.
You could do a whole podcast. Yo, if they could throw all this information in a machine, throw this in a machine, create a podcast. Do your own Joe Rogan podcast. Do your own, like, what? The AI made a whole song,
See,
bro.
I don't think they could do a podcast because you got to be spontaneous. You kind of have to come up with
there's skill to this.
And then you like a rap, like they said they wrote a whole bunch of lyrics and then it synthesized and put it together. And
Facts. They had to work on it to make it.
So it's not going to be able to improvise.
The fact that it can do that.
But the fact that they can create a robot that can rap means, they also have the technology where they can create holograms where it looks like a dude is performing. So they can literally create an artist.
Did you hear what Kanye West did?
They can create an artist.
Did you hear what Kanye West did?
No.
He got a hologram of his wifey's dad.
Okay.
Kim Kardashian's dad, Robert. He made a hologram of him and he wrote his speech and it took his voice and the hologram spoke in the dad's voice to Kim Kardashian.
What?
And then he did a joke in there as the dad is the hologram's talking.
She must have been balling.
The dad said, and your husband, the genius creator that he is. in the hologram with the voice and everything, man. So they all started laughing. It was a joke. They all started laughing. But
he had to put that in there,
bro.
Even in a sentimental moment.
Son of Naggas over there.
In a sentimental moment, this dude still brings up the fact that he's the greatest ever lived.
Bro, it's. But anyway, like not getting off, even though that's crazy too. It's kind of around the lines of what we're talking about right now. Sorry, man, my nose is.
Nah, you good, bro?
My bad. We live. It is what it is.
You got mocos.
Thank you, bro. But yeah, it's right around the lines of what we're talking. AI, dude. Yeah. He made a hologram. He created a speech.
A label could save money and they're gonna create an artist.
That's the next future. That's the future.
They could just create one,
dude. Travis Scott had one of the biggest concerts he ever had on Fortnite. How about that?
Yo, so they could do it.
How you have a whole and you know it was a certain period of time.
It's been tested because that's exactly what they did with Milli Vanilli. They did it with a real person. They created an artist that wasn't a real artist.
Yeah,
it was two people that were models, and they just created this two people rapping or singing or whatever they were.
And they really didn't do none of that.
And they didn't do none of that.
It was all lip syncing.
All lip syncing.
Yep.
So if they could do it with bodies, real people. Imagine with a hologram, that's easy peasy. Lemon squeezy.
Yo,
that's crazy. We're
that's dope. We're actually over our time though, but this is super dope, man. Dang. Great combos, crazy. Dude. I like the layout.
I like it too, man.
I got no takeaways.
It's smooth as butter.
Should I do takeaways live?
Go ahead, man. Speak your piece.
I got no takeaways,
Speak
man.
your piece, man.
I like the new. Okay. Well, I like what we're doing, bro. That's
we definitely didn't do a 15-minute video.
We still got
an interview. It was definitely longer than.
Oh no, OB has all the time he wants.
No, but we said that before. Before we even started, we were like, "This is definitely not gonna be 15 minutes."
No, not
and
OB.
then you reiterated it like you have law, like power.
No, that's
so we're gonna do a 15-minute video, and me and OnBeat were looking at each other like
that ain't happening, bro.
Mera.
Bro, I wanted to keep rocking with him the whole time. Like I could just somebody. I think it was Justin from Rapzilla. He was saying, "Yo, I'm about to do a 24-hour live stream and just have random people call in." I was like, "Yo, that's a dope idea." I probably shouldn't say that in live.
Yeah, but it's a good idea.
But if I take it, like it's all right.
We just gotta be careful because somebody could just call in and act crazy.
That's all right. Let's do it. Like anyway, we'll talk about it off the mic. So anyway, man, I hope you guys were blessed by the show today, man. It was dope having OB on. We love you, bro. Shout out to you. Thank you guys for rocking with us today, man. I hope you guys had a blessed time.
First of many.
Facts. Be sure to hit up that hotline, please, and call us up. Leave your thoughts, leave your reviews, say what's up, leave your thought, whatever, man.
Even if you want to diss
you want to make some recommendations, you don't like something, go ahead and call 774-243-0385. You can also email me at music@marrioesco.com. 2 R's in my name.
Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell, so that way when we do our shows,
be sure to hit that subscribe button. Yep.
Duh.
And hit that bell. We love y'all till next week. We hope to continue to bring people on, man. And I love the layout today, by the way. Like it
was cool.
We're gonna be doing that.
I like this.
I like that. Yeah. Dope. All right, cool, man. Yeah, till next week. I love y'all.
We love editing for you guys live. Because we want to give you guys a real true sense of
we're gonna finish
of why you watch this show.
Yeah, we're gonna finish up.
People not knowing what they're doing.
We're gonna finish up with Lecrae. This is my time. Here we go.
Quality.
Peace. Till next week.
Position, let's hit the road. Came along, now my people here with me, I'm in my zone. Been around the block a time or two. I tell you where to go, I tell you how to move. I got longitude and latitudes. Keep it moving, that's my attitude. Looking back, I know they probably doubt me. Now the city on my back, I wear it proudly. I'm a hero in the making. If I'm dreaming, you can't wake me. I think I'm destined to win it. They playing games, I ain't in it. Yeah. I took the message and sent it. Felt like I was born for this minute. This is my time. I'm seizing the moment cause I gotta go for the time's gone. Ain't scared of the dark cause I'm bringing the light with a nice long. I shine on. See it coming, I don't need a sign. Just a moment, I'ma make it mine. This is my time. My time, my time now. My time, my time. Should've known from the beginning I was put on earth to win it. What a tango where we living. Any way you try to spin it. Heroes looking at me in the mirror. Couldn't tell but now I see it clear. Got the confidence to make the moments matter even after all the interference. I think I'm destined to win it. They playing games, I ain't in it. Yeah. I took the message and sent it. Felt like I was born for this minute. This is my time. I'm seizing the moment cause I gotta go for the time's gone. Ain't scared of the dark cause I'm bringing the light with a nice long. I shine on. See it coming, I don't need a sign. Just a moment, I'ma make it mine. This is my time. My time, my time now. My time, my time.
If you're listening on the podcast, be sure to check out my Facebook music page, Marrio Esco 1. Again, 2 R's in my name, the number 1 at the end, Marrio Esco 1. Be sure to like and follow that page because I like to give updates on who I'll be interviewing and leave a description on what we'll be talking about. And I also like the real-time one-on-one back and forth interaction. If you don't have the time to join us on Facebook Live, be sure to check out my podcast. It's called Marrio Esco Live, 2 R's in my name. Again, you'll see the white silhouette of myself with the cross sauce underneath. Be sure to subscribe to that and follow the link as well to whatever podcast you're using or however you're receiving the podcast, and leave us a review. We love to hear feedback. You can also hit me up at music@marrioesco.com and just hit me up with some feedback and ways that we can improve the show or the things that you like and enjoy. Any type of feedback will be highly appreciated. Grace and peace.